Let's try that again.
Thank God for jump cuts.
God, I hate you. What's up, everybody?
Hello.
My name is Supertoken, as per usual. This is Lord Terranox?
Terranox, yeah.
I did it right.
Like if you were to take paper and tear, and then be like, oh, I also Nox.
Terranox.
Terranox. Yeah.
Lovely.
It's
This is Terranox. I brought him over because he had a very awesome game that I really wanted to play and play with you guys, and that game is called Star Realms. Hooray! So, Star Realms is a deck building card game that you can play with anybody just with the cards inside of this deck. You need no boosters. You don't need to buy any separate things. All you have to do is get you and a friend together, know the rules, and you can play the game. So, real quick, this first video is going to be more of a tutorial video where we tell you how to play the game, and we're going to put a full playthrough of a game in this episode, and then when we do episodes after this one, those ones will be in parts to make it easier for you to watch. So, without any further ado, how do we play this game?
Okay, so the game, when you go straight out of the box, is meant for 2 players. They say the average game time is around 20 minutes. Usually it'll be anywhere from 15 to maybe 30 in the longer games. If you do want to play it with 3 people, 4 people, that is possible. You just have to buy a second of the base box. It's only $15 for the box, so you get a whole game for a good price. A 4-player game for $30, not out of the usual. So once you get out of the box, what you're getting is, I believe, 128 cards to play with. The first cards that we'll look at are the simplest ones. They are your life cards. So the way that life is counted in this game is it is authority. So each player will start with 50 authority made up of these little math cards. There's 20, 10, 5, 1. You're going to have a whole bunch of them laid out in front of you. They count up to 50. You could also use, like a phone app.
Or a calculator.
Something else to keep track of 50 to 0. But I like the cards because it gives you a math challenge. So those are how you, out of the box, keep track of the life totals. And then, like any deck building game, it comes with a starter deck. So each player is going to have 10 cards that you start the game with. It will be made up of 8 scouts, 1 viper. So these already show the 2 key parts of the game. There is the trade, which is basically how you're going to get new cards to add into your deck. And then there is combat, which is how you're going to deal damage to the other player.
Right.
Very simple. Obviously, these are one of each when you draw them. So you'll have your whole hand laid out, and you'll see it kind of as we play through the game. And these will all add up. You'll use the trade to buy things. You'll use the combat to deal damage. So relatively simple cards. And then there is one other base card for the set, and it is the Explorer card. Basically, it is a fancy version, if you see there, of the Scout. It brings in 2 trade rather than 1. Now, you do have to pay for this card. So you'll see right at the top, there's the 2 there. That means it's the cost to purchase this card and add it to your deck.
Right.
So any of the cards in the game that you start to add to your deck will have a cost. And that comes just by developing through that trade. So fairly simple concept. As you play 5 cards back and forth with your opponent, you're constantly buying up new cards to add into your deck. And then the strategies kind of flesh out. So you no longer go from having the same deck of 10 cards. It really kind of opens things up. There are 4 different factions of cards, all with kind of a different appeal to them. So the first one that I like to talk about is the blobs. They're green. Basically, your blobs deal damage. Hit hard, that's the idea of it. So I'll show you there's the cheap 1 cost version. He does 3 damage, 3 combat, I guess I should say. Fairly simple, nice little card. And then here is basically their head honcho at 7 trade to pick that one up. And it deals boatloads of damage, and draws cards. So blobs are very big about rushing your opponent, getting a lot of damage out there, and drawing more cards. Then we have the Trade Federation. They're blue. So here's their 1 cost. These guys are very good about generating more trade for your team and healing. So this one here gives you 2 trade, and then a fancy little thing you'll see. There is a symbol. That means it is an ally ability. So if you were to play 2 cards in the same turn that both have that symbol right there, what you do is you get another special ability. So in this case, you play this card, you get 2 trade, but the minute you play another blue card that turn, you also get that little green symbol, which is healing. So you'll generate 4 more authority back. And then here's their kind of big hitter. Command ship shows what they're very big about. This one generates damage as well as heals you significantly, and you get to draw 2 additional cards. So very big about bringing a lot back to you. The 3rd class here is yellow, Star Empire. These guys are my least favorite in the game. You'll find it out real quick. What they do is they're very big about drawing their own cards and discarding the other players. This guy here, even at a 1 cost, he deals a little quick damage and forces the opponent to discard a card. I hate him. I hate him a lot. You will also see here is their big hitter, the Battle Cruiser. 6 trade to pick him up, and he is draw a card. If you pair him using the special ability there, you also force your opponent to discard a card. So when you can only draw 5 every turn, getting rid of multiple cards of hand can really make the game less fun for someone else. And I mean a lot less fun. And then we'll go ahead, and this is my favorite faction here, is the Machine Cult. So every one of these is the color red. The thing about these guys is they're very good about clearing the fluff. If you've ever played any kind of deck builder game, those starting 10 cards that you get, you'll want to get out once you get to the mid-game, so that way you can draw the good stuff that you've started picking up. These guys are experts at that. So even this 1 cost guy here, he generates a little bit of trade, but he also has the ability to scrap, which is the word they use. Basically, that is remove the card from your deck for the rest of the game. So very handy for making your deck a little bit more intimidating. And then here is their big kahuna. He just hits really hard. He's got 6. And his ability is he gets to destroy any kind of base card for free.
Right.
Now, base cards, that kind of transitions into the next part of the game. So these are just your ships. You play them, they stay for the turn, and then they disappear at the end of the turn. Base cards stick around. So there's 2 different kinds of bases here. You will see that these guys are going a different direction. They're side to side instead of up to down. That means that once you play them, they're going to stay in play until they get destroyed. Now, there's 2 kinds here. You'll see this one has a little black outline. What that means is if you were to attack me with your ship, first thing you have to do is deal 5 total damage to this guy to get him off the table. This guy here is silver, which means you don't have to attack it if you don't want to. It's kind of your choice on those. So they're a strategic defensive card, and they also do provide abilities to the game. So here with these 2, you'll see these are also factioned. So if you play one of these in a ship of the same color, you'll get all the special abilities of each. And then this one here has a unique little icon with the trash can. What that means is you can personally decide to scrap it and remove it from the game to perform that ability. So it is a one-time use type thing. This one down here has an ore setup. So you could choose to go with the 2 authority back in health, or you can choose to go with 2 trade. Kind of whatever works for your situation.
Right.
And as long as they're in play, you get to make that choice every single turn until it gets destroyed. In which case, when they get destroyed, they go back into your discard pile. Next time you draw them, they come right back into play again.
Right.
So no matter what type of card it is, unless you scrap it using the trash can or my favorite, the machine faction, it stays in the game, can keep coming out of your draw pile every time.
Right.
And then that's kind of the base set. There's ships, bases, and I guess that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for your base set, that's it. So for the $15, that's what you get in the box. I do have one expansion pack in here, and what it provides is events. The way these work is when you draw them, they do stuff.
Yep.
Some are bad things, some are good things. So it might be both players lose 7 health. Or it might be both players get to draw 2 cards. So whatever it is, when that card gets drawn from the basically game deck, then it happens immediately and the card disappears for the rest of the game. So really simple, basically just to read the card, do whatever it says, but it adds a whole new element of wondering what might pop up,
Right.
and kind of changing how the gameplay feels.
Right.
So those are the types of cards in the game. Any questions so far?
No, that's...
It feels like a lot
good.
of information.
Yeah.
Once you see it played, once you start kind of messing with it, it's very, very simple.
It gets a lot more simple. So we are going to go ahead and play a full match for you in this episode. You'll get to see how each turn is drawn out. It'll give you a much better feel for the way the game is actually played. So we will see you there. He's gonna lose, probably. Okay, so starting up a brand new game. Have our 8 scouts, 2 vipers. Let's shuffle.
Not really a thorough shuffle needed. Alright. So to start, I'm going to play 2 trade and buy the Explorer. Goes straight to my discard pile. Those are spent. And then I'm going to hit you with 1 combat to get rid of 1 authority.
Sounds good.
That is my turn.
Alright, so for my turn, I am going to take, I'm going to take 3 trade to pull the Imperial Frigate early.
Now, immediately after that card is purchased, we do fill in the trade row. So, here we see the Supernova event. Each player loses 5 authority right off the bat. So we take that damage. And then all cards in the trade row get destroyed.
Got it.
So everything here moves off to the side. And we refill all 5 of those cards back in.
1,
2, 3, 4,
and 5, which is another event.
Another event that we're looking at trade mission.
The player currently taking his turn, so that's me. I get 4 extra trade, and any ship that I buy, the first ship that I buy will go on top of my deck instead of into my discard pile. So,
and all other players get to draw 2 cards.
Correct. So, because I have 4, what I'm going to do is buy that other Imperial Frigate. So now I've already got a combo set up in my deck, which is the reason why I did it.
And this one, actually, you forgot, will go on top of his deck.
Right, will go on top. So I still have 1, so I might as well take the trade bot as well. That one's going to go on my discard. And then with that, I'm going to use 2 Viper for 2 combat, and that will call it for me.
Alright, so the event here goes back into the discard area.
Okay.
A lot of damage. Very quickly.
Yes, a lot of early on damage, which is surprising.
Alright. Missing what I wanted just a little bit.
By that much.
By that much. So I'm going to play 5 Scout for 5 trade. I'm going to buy the Battle Mech here, add that to my discard pile. So I prefer to build up red decks because I like to get rid of these early. And then right there, woo, with my 1 available, you see I was short 1 from getting the mothership.
Right.
I'm going to pick up the Imperial Fighter since
Smart.
I had one trade left.
Smart.
And then these are all spent. I'm going to use my Viper and with 1 combat, deal 1 authority.
Alright. So, for me, I am going to play the Imperial Frigate that I got to pick up, which at the end will deal 4 combat, and my opponent will also discard a card. I also will... Let's see. I'm going to use 2 scout to pull the missile bot into my discard. I'm also going to
Fill
use...
in the trade row.
Yes.
Always remember it happens right after the buy.
Yeah. And then I'm going to use 2 more scout to pull an explorer.
There you go.
So, now that all of that is taken care of, you take 4, it's 4 combat, so you lose 4 authority, and you discard a card.
Alright, so 3 there, and now I've got a math. There we go. So I took 3, and then to get rid of the 1 more, turn this 10 into a 5 and 4 ones. There we go. I mathed it. We got
Hooray
there.
for math.
We got there. And I discard a card.
Yes.
Because of that Imperial Frigate.
Correct.
So my Viper is going to get discarded.
Alright, and that will do it for me. I will draw 1 and then reshuffle the rest.
Now,
Trade wheel looks like a giant cut up watermelon.
I think is. Alright, so I'm going to play 3 trade, pick up the supply bot. Those are spent, and then with my 1 remaining card, the Viper will deal 1 combat.
Alright.
Nice and quick. And then I did forget to fill this in. I just lectured you on it.
You sure did.
Oh, and here we see a lot of bases are starting to pop up.
Yeah. So I took 1 authority. Now, because of this lovely draw, I will drop 3 scout to pull the trade wheel. And then I will pull 2 scout for an explorer.
There you go.
And that will do it
Great draw.
for me.
Lots of explorers.
Just the bee's knees.
Alright, now things start to get interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I was just kidding. It's not going to be interesting at all. 1 trade. I'm going to pick up the Federation shuttle.
Okay.
Just to get some more economy rolling in my deck. And then fill that in. Didn't work out quite like I hoped. So with my 2 trade here, I'm going to pick up an Explorer. And those are spent. And now I'm going to get a little crazy. So I'm going to play the Imperial Fighter. So my opponent will discard a card.
Discarding a card.
And I'm playing my Battle Mech, which is I may scrap a card in my hand or discard pile. I don't have anything left in my hand, but my discard pile is here, so I'm going to permanently remove one of these scouts from my deck, so that way I can free it up for the ships that I'm starting to buy out of the trade row.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have 6 combat left. Since I didn't pair my fighter, I only have 6. And I'm going to deal that straight in authority to you.
Alright, so I will do...
Math.
It's not right. I'm
You
like,
do math.
I'm just going to do it this way. Taking 6, so I will pull... There we go.
Yeah,
I matched.
there we go. Nice.
So unfortunately now I have to start this turn with only 4 cards because discard. That is a shame. So I am going to start off with Missile Bot. So I will scrap a card in my hand or discard pile. I'm going to choose my discard pile and I will scrap a scout. I'm also going to take 2 scouts to pull an explorer.
There you go.
Pull them up for the explorer. And then I am going to, yes, and then I'm going to drop this Viper for 3 damage, or 3 combat on your authority.
Alright. So I'll take those 3.
Alright, sir. It is on you.
Let's see. You know all that interesting stuff I had last turn?
Yeah.
Still don't have it. Alright. So we're going to play the supply bot here. Again, I may scrap a card in my hand or discard pile. Usually you want to go from your discard pile. I don't have one anymore, but I am adamant about clearing fluff out, so I'm actually going to get rid of one of the trade from my hand, because I think it's better worth it for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to play the scout here and pick up the blob wheel. That's spent. And then we're going to fill in another base. And I'm going to drop an explorer out for 2 and pick up an explorer. And then Viper for 1 combat.
-1 authority. And it is my turn. So, here's what I'm gonna do.
Now things start to get interesting.
Yes, I'm going to drop an Imperial. And another one.
Ooh!
Combo breaker. No,
Well, I discard 2 cards with that.
yeah, and it's 12 damage.
There is that also. That's, yes.
Kind of thing.
Huh.
So those 2, and then I am also going to drop my trade bot. I will be removing a scout. And then I will have another scout and another explorer for a total of 4 trade. I'm going to use the 4 trade to get 2 explorers.
2 explorers. Wow. Boom.
And then my 2 Imperial frigates deal 12 combat, and you have to discard 2 cards.
And so you see there, they deal the 12 because we get the 4 on each of them. Plus they both are part of the Yellow Alliance, so they're an additional 2 each. So that hurts.
Boom, clap, the sound of my heart.
10. Math these other 2. So I'm at 6. I gotta be down to 4. Okay.
Mathing them is
fun.
Is very weird.
If you have children playing this game, don't use a phone. Make them do it this way.
Yeah.
Get them thinking. Alright. Oh, and now beginning of my turn, I'm going to discard 2 cards because of those 2 Federation ships that were played. Now with my remaining hand of 3 cards, I'm going to do some real crazy stuff here.
Oh, good lord.
And by that I mean nothing interesting. I'm gonna use that explorer to buy an explorer, and now my turn is over. So there's a good play for you with the Federation ships.
That's why I specifically picked up those 2 early on, because I was like, while the decks are still small, that's big news.
Yep, a weenie blitz style deck.
Oh yeah.
And big damage when you combo them together. I swear to goodness, if you drew them again, I'm calling trouble.
You're kind of gonna hate me.
All right, just do it. Just play it. Let's see it.
I definitely.
You definitely did. Would you shuffle like a man next time?
Oh right. No, I got them.
They were separate.
I got them in different spots.
Right. This is where I don't believe you. But please continue.
Whatever. So I got.
It's not like I have anything worth keeping anyway.
2 Imperials. I also have the trade wheel. So I pull one trade off of that, and then I'm going to take my 2 explorers, and I'm going to use that 5 to pull the hive.
All
right. And 12.
All
right.
Fill that in. There we go. There's a lot of blobs out.
Yeah, we got a lot of green going on right now. So yeah, Now 12. Because 6 and 6 once again.
The Star Empire is not very nice to me.
No, it is not.
I need something other than scouts and explorers. Alright, so the beginning of my turn, I'm going to discard these 2 cards thanks to the Star Empire.
You're welcome.
Yeah, but now it's my turn.
Oh dear.
It's my turn, yeah.
Oh dear.
Alright, I'm going to play a battle mech. So I'm going to get rid of this scout because I'm just got to do something.
Right.
Imperial Fighter. Target opponent discards a card.
Alright.
Yes.
Well.
And then I'm going to play the Federation Shuttle.
Okay.
But I'm not actually going to spend it. I'm just going to show it off. He's going to fly around the table and not do anything because I don't want to put another Explorer in my deck.
Right. Did I take any? I didn't take any damage.
You do take damage. Sorry, I forgot to count that out. You are going to take 6. I have 6 combat on the table between my battle mech and my fighter.
Right. Okay.
And then I will shuffle.
So 6. Oh.
Yeah, and I did want that on you. At this point, I could have chosen to attack this base or to attack him. I don't see this one as necessarily hurting me, so I passed right past it to get over to his authority right away.
Yeah. Okay.
If this were black, like these guys, you have to destroy the outpost first.
Mm-hmm. So since I am starting this one with 4 cards,
Good memory. I forgot.
right. I am going to.
It's a very expensive trade row right
Yes,
now.
it is.
It's very hard to
real
buy.
Expensive. Lucky for me, I've got 6
Of course you do.
trades. So I'm gonna buy the port. So that'll go into my Discord, and let's reset up. Defense bot in the Heezy for Sheezy, which is gonna be real handy right about
all
soon.
these bases coming out. And he's really cool because, yes, he only deals 1 damage, but if you have 2 bases in play, he gains an additional 8. So, not necessarily a fun time for anybody other than the person who's playing the card. So,
and that'll do it for me.
yes. Okay. Do I get to keep all my cards this time?
You're lucky you, right?
Perfect. This is the first time in a long time.
Right.
Let's see. I'm going to open with my battle mech because I don't have a discard pile.
Okay.
And because of that, I'm going to scrap this card out of my hand directly.
Okay.
I'm going to play my blob wheel base.
Okay.
So he's going to hang out there. He's not actually going to do much, but at least he's there.
He's gonna do.
I'm going to throw my explorer out there to buy the defense bot with that 2 trade. Fill in here. Hey, fancy that. I'm going to use my scout with 1 trade to pick up the Federation shuttle.
All right.
And warp jump. Each player draws 3 cards.
Wow.
Then puts 2 of those 3 cards back on top of their deck in any order.
That's pretty funny. Because I don't have a deck anymore.
Oh, good. Well, you will, because 2 of them go back on them.
Yes, exactly.
All right. We're going to go ahead and do this because I think it's funny. I think I'm going to lose, but I'm going to do this anyway.
Oh, okay. Question is, which ones to put back?
Real easy for me.
Oh, was it?
They're like, our decks have to be made up mostly of explorers and a few other things. So.
Yeah, so far. Okay.
You chosen?
I have.
You put 2 back in your deck?
Yes.
Perfect. Imperial Fighter! 2 damage and target opponent discards a card.
Got it.
So that leaves me with 7 combat on the table. 4 here, 2 there, and 1 here.
Okay.
And
it's
my turn.
7 combat.
7 combat. Straight to your authority.
Okay. So, at this point in time...
I quit.
Hooray for jump cuts.
We're following the rules.
Totally. Okay, so we cut
It's a jump cut.
Shut up. Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Like, it's not even close. It may look close in the authority, but it's not close, because I know what's in these decks.
Trade bot. Goodbye, you. Missile bot.
Ooh.
Goodbye, you.
It's a real nice clearing out. And they're allied up, so...
Yep. Which means they each also get 2 damage. I am going to... this is actually still up here.
As well as your trade bill.
Yes, so I've got that much. So I'm actually going to drop 2 explorers to pull the blob carrier.
Well, they're all spent, at least.
Yes. And then I will also drop the Viper. So we are at 2, 4, 6, 7 combat on you.
Yes. Alright. Well.
Math it.
So I'm at 24, I'm going to 17. So we're going to flip the 20 into a 10. So, and then we're going to turn one of these ones into a 5. And get rid of 1. 17.
Let me really quick reset that. Okay.
All I have to do is talk it out. It's much easier that way. Okay, now we got some cool ships out there. Can't afford any of them, but they're out there.
But here they are.
They are out there. All right. Actually, you know what? We're gonna play a little bit here. We're gonna throw out 2 explorers and a scout. So I'm sitting at 5 trade right now. And this is a healthy reminder in the rules of the game. Everything out here, once it's played, those stats stick.
Yes.
So this 1 combat here is going to stay because I'm going to scrap the blob wheel for an additional 3 gold.
Okay. But I still take that 1 combat.
That 1 combat stays in the game.
Yes.
And so with that 8, I'm going to pick up the command ship.
Okay.
And add that in because I need some power in my deck.
Right.
And plus it gives you a healing and additional card draw, so that's very handy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also going to start cleaning my deck up a little bit. So I've gotten rid of that. I'm also going to play my Vipers.
Mm-hmm.
So all my gold is spent. He's out of the game, so I'll move him over here. And then I'm going to destroy both of my explorers as well.
Okay.
So for this turn, I've got these 2 scrapped is 2, 4, and my 2 damage from each of my Vipers, so it's going to be 6 combat.
Plus your 1, so 7.
Plus my 1, so 7. Thank you for remembering the rules that I just said to remember.
Yes.
Good
So
7
going
combat.
20 to 13, so...
The other nice thing about explorers is when they get scrapped, instead of getting removed from the game, they just come right back here. So that way, there's not necessarily a finite supply of them.
Right. Now, so what I'm going to do at this point is drop the hive.
Cool.
So, right now I'm looking at 5 damage off of the jump,
And
along with drawing the card. I will also
Game could very well
port of call. Yes.
Okay.
So now I'm sitting on 4 gold. Or 4 trade.
for trade. It's the color's gold. I can see where the mistake came in.
Right. Trade bot. I'm gonna scrap a scout. And so I'm looking at 3, 4, 5 trade. I'm going to.
Just, I hope you don't have another one.
Oh,
This
I did.
guy. Ah.
Yeah, I was gonna go with that. So I'm gonna grab the Royal Redoubt. Yep, the Royal Redoubt. And then I'm also going to drop a Viper. So 5, 6 combat off of that.
Yep, because your machine cult guy did not ally up with anybody.
No.
Thank goodness. Gotta remember to fill the trade row. That's always the hardest thing to remember.
Yeah. So that was six. Six combat.
So I will
Apply
lose
to
that
authority.
It's getting real tough for the home team here.
Yeah, this is happening fast.
This is going quick, and you've got a lot of damage sitting right there.
Yeah.
Because he's guaranteed 5 if I don't destroy one of those two.
Yeah.
And fun fact, I can't. So we're probably gonna take this next round in the chin, and it may very well be the end of the game. So I'm going to play the supply bot, and I'm going to scrap my scout because for now it's just, a challenge for me personally to try and get rid of those before I die. 2 trade there, and then we're going to play all of these guys. That'll put me at 7 trade. I will pick up the mothership because if for some crazy reason I can make it through and get to drawing it in the next turn, since I'm redrawing, I might be able to stand a chance. But there was no point even destroying my guy for damage because I can't get past 6. And to destroy a base, you have to do it in that turn. So I couldn't create that much combat, so no point wasting him. And fill the trade row.
Alright. All done?
As done as I'm probably gonna be.
And you are done.
Yes. All right. Let's see what we got here. That'll do it. I swear to God, I'm not shuffling those.
I am.
No, play your turn out. Let's see how much damage I take.
Okay. So that's I found those. I also have a pair of explorers, which even if I didn't draw those. That would still. Oh wait, no, that would have put you at 9.
That would have put me at 9.
Yeah, so you would have still survived. But you didn't.
I did.
So,
no, I definitely did not.
Yes.
My final hand here, I would have been able to start getting through your bases.
Oh yeah. See.
But I don't think it would have been enough because I would have drawn another card. So I would have started healing.
Yes.
That would have been nice. These guys would have chain healed for 8.
Yep.
Would have been able to scrap another card out. So I would have been getting there, but I don't think I could compete.
See, you
with
had a pair of shuttles going as well.
Yeah.
One right behind the other.
CC minor shuttles. Yours are frigates.
Doesn't matter.
When you bring 2 frigates to a shuttle fight, it's never going to work out well for the shuttles.
Right, exactly.
All right, well played.
Well played, sir.
You do win. I'll go ahead and just get rid of those.
All right, and so that's how the game is played.
Yep. What did I say my least favorite faction is?
The yellow
one.
Yeah.
That was a good time. I really enjoyed that.
I'm sure you did. So, thank you guys very much for watching this. I appreciate it. If you want to pick up Star Realms, you can get it for $15. You can find it online, of course, and then usually in like bookstores or
local game stores will have it. Not places like Barnes and Noble or any of those.
Right.
You're gonna find it at more of your nerdy corner stores. Those kinds of places where you walk in and play Warhammer and all that fun stuff too.
Makes sense. If you want to try out the game, but you don't want to get the cards quite yet, how can you do that?
It is actually now available on mobile, so you can download it for iPhone or for Android for free. Mm-hmm. So it's just called Star Realms in the store. You can download it. The only thing you can basically do is play skirmishes against each other or against the computer in free mode. Mm-hmm. It's a good way to learn the game, see if it's something that you enjoy the mechanics of it. Mm-hmm. And if you really want to, you can buy the full version. I think it's $5 or $10,
right.
And it allows you to actually play against other people via the system who have the full version.
That's awesome.
So that's really nice for the mobile app, and they just got greenlit on Steam. Everybody can download it on Steam, play it. I don't know.
That's where I'll get it.
If it's going to be free for like the trial version, just like the mobile apps, or if you'll pay for the game straight up and just have online access.
Right.
But either way, it is very accessible now using your technology too. So if you want to try it out before you actually pick up the cards themselves, that is a great option that you can take too.
Awesome. All right. Well, this is something that will be played again on this channel. Trust.
And I'm going to win the next time.
We'll see about that. We'll see you guys then. Have a good one.